You guys want to know what yay? Hello my beautiful babes, what is up? It's Brandi. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and if you are new, welcome. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my personal take on the classic horror doll Chucky. I am such a fan of the movies, especially the earlier ones, obviously, because that's the OG. But yeah, if you guys want to know how I create this look, then you should definitely keep on watching. Here we are back again with another look. I'm very nervous because, like most looks that I do here on my channel, I never test it out. The first time I'm doing it is right now when I'm filming with you guys. So far we got 2 looks done that were amazing. Let's see if I can do a third one. Again, just like my last 2 videos, do your makeup how you normally would. Of course, we're going back in with it. The ColourPop Freckle pen in the shade Soft Brown. Putting a little bit of pressure around the cheek area and then lightly fading it to the sides. Using my fingers to blend it out. You guys know the drill. Moving on to the eyeshadow, I'm just going to be using my Blood Sugar palette from JSC. I believe I'm going to start off with the shade Cherry Soda. Oh my goodness, this mirror is disgusting. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's gonna give me some bad eyesight. Hold on one second while I grab a mirror. Oh my goodness. I got the perfect one. 1 second. This is from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. They have this one right over here, which is silver, as well as a pink. With that shade, I'm gonna put this all over my lid. Making sure I don't poke my eye because I felt like I did. And putting this in the crease as well. Next, grabbing Fresh Meat. Extremely fitting for this look. Putting this in the outer half of my lid and taking it up into the crease. In, what the heck? Intravenous? Yeah, I read it right. It didn't sound right. Putting that right over Fresh Meat just to make it a little bit darker. The shade really helped deepen up the look, but it's not exactly where I want it to be, so I'm gonna go into my Orgy palette and I'm gonna mix Happy Ending with a little bit of Orgy because I don't want this to be too dark, at least not yet. I rather slowly build. Oh, that's even better than before. Starting off with Fresh Meat and putting this all over the lower lash line. And going back in with Happy Ending and Orgy, focusing this in the outer half mostly, and then slightly dragging it in the inside, making sure it's as close to my waterline as possible. Before I forget, because I almost did, I have to blend out the top even more. And for that, I'm going to dip into Tongue Pop, blending out the edges and taking it all the way up to the brow. The look can't be completed without a little bit of highlighter, and I think I'm going to try Candy Floss. The reason why I say try is because I don't know if this is going to exactly work the way I envisioned it. It's a beautiful shade, don't get me wrong, but I think I want something a little bit, dare I say, less noticeable. I want to see if Sweetener will give me the exact shade that I have in mind that I can't pinpoint exactly. Oh yes, that's better. I want this to be beautiful, but not too glammy glam, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but I understand. Hopefully you guys do too. I just quickly hopped off camera to do some of the little small details such as mascara. If you guys want to know what I used, I'll have that link down below in the description box. But for highlighter, I used my go-to Revlon Skin Lice Prismatic Highlighter in the shade 202 Twilight Gleam. I didn't know what number it was, but I knew what shade name it was. For the lips, I used the Dragun Beauty Lip Job Liner in the shade 2.0 CC. And then to top that off, I used the JSC Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade butt naked. I kept it very simple, a little bit of overlining, but nothing too crazy. And I only highlighted this side of my face because this is just going to get all hidden with latex, but we're not there just yet. Now it's time for the actual stitches. Let's do this. I also forgot to mention that I added a little bit of white liner in the waterline. We're supposed to be a doll. I really want my eyes to pop even more. My hair is just, it never wants to work. It looks so weird. It looks like I have no clothes on, but I do. I promise. So for these stitches, you don't really have to use face paint. I'm going to because I just prefer that on myself. You guys don't have to spend extra money. You can also just use any eyeliner or lip liner that you have to create the stitches as well. But as I said, I'm going to be using some face paint. This is the Mehron Makeup 30 Count palette. It is a big boy and I have to be careful when I open it because I open it so violently that the paints come flying out and then I have to put them back where they belong. It really isn't that difficult to open, but I'm just, yeah, there they go. I just make things a lot more difficult than they probably should be. I really need to invest in a big desk because this little tiny one that's like for eating isn't it. It really isn't. Really? Let me pull up my little draft so I can get an idea of where I want some stitching. It's not going to be perfect. This is like my interpretation. Regardless of where you put the stitching, people are going to know that you're Chucky. I'm going to take this red. I think I want to start off with, I guess, across the nose. And I do apologize if I am so focused that I forget to talk and I'm not actually like doing it as I'm speaking. I can't do both. My brain just, it can't. But as I said, I'm just going to start off with the red and do stitching across my nose. Going very light-handed just so I can get a rough draft. And instead of continuing the line from the bridge of my nose, I'm actually just going to go from up top. I just find that's easier for me. But again, do whatever feels right for you. Some of the lines got a little bit thicker in some areas. At first, it kind of bothered me. Then I realized it gave the look a bit more character because they're stitches. So some are going to be a little bit more wider in certain areas and deeper. So just going randomly throughout the lines, making some areas a little bit thicker. I added a lot more stitching. This side seems a little bit empty and that's okay. I have to remember that we're gonna have latex over here, so it's gonna fill in that blank space. To give the stitching a little bit more definition, I'm gonna go into their dark brown, and wherever I have like wider wounds, I'm going to try and deepen it up. I might dip into a little bit of black because I feel like even though the brown is dark, it's not as dark as I want it to be. Once the wounds are deepened up and the paint has dried, it's time to do the stitching, and I'm going to take this beautiful silver shade that I've never used before. So I'm very excited to see what this is going to look like. I think this is going to be like perfect. And now it's time to do random stitching. I think because there's just so much pigment from the black, the brown, and the red, the silver isn't as pigmented as I would like. So I'm going to have to go back over this stitching once it's dried. Here we are many minutes later with this stitching. It looks really good. I honestly want to leave it like this, but that would be taking the easy way out. I want the stitches to have a little bit more definition, so I'm going to go back in with the black and just go like underneath every stitch very lightly, just so it could be a little bit more noticeable. Now that the base of Chucky is done, it is time for liquid latex. I highly recommend using the Mehron 3D like liquid latex. That would be a whole lot easier. It's more like a skin tone type, but this is all I got. This is gonna work just as well. I'm just gonna go for it. Put a little towel down just for safety. And just let it drip. And just also like kind of guide it as well. I am not a big fan of this tube. It's not as precise as I would like. Just using a fan to hopefully speed up the process. I feel like this is gonna take a very long time, so I'm gonna put on some Netflix. And the reason why I'm closing my eyes, because my eyes get very dry naturally, so putting a fan by it, it's gonna make it even worse. Since it's not skin tone color, I am gonna go in with some of the foundation that I used. I'm just gonna use my finger and like lightly tap on it. And this will start down here. Oh. Oh my gosh. This is working out so well. Ta-da! This is the final look. It took me a decent amount of time because I had to wait for the latex to dry, but honestly, oh my goodness. Honestly, it was so worth it. I am so happy with how this look came out, especially because it was a last minute decision. This was not planned at all, so to just do something spur of the moment and it come out this darn good, if I do say so myself, of course I'm going to be proud. Now obviously I did throw on some lashes. I wasn't gonna wear them, but then I decided why not? I'm supposed to be a doll. Let's accentuate the lashes. So the pair that I have on today are from Ardell. It's the Extension FX Eye Opening Effect in B Curl. And of course I went in with a little bit of liner just in the tight line just to blend my real lashes with the fake ones. And yeah, you guys, that is basically it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, as well as hitting the notification bell. As always, all the products that I mentioned today will be linked down below in the description box. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.